checking if a folder or file exists. Here you will create a file which you are going to add your JavaScript code for doing that. You can name it checkexists.js, and you need the constant we've been using all along, which is the file system. You can even do fs and require because fs. After doing that, you will put the file path you want to check. We shall try with the example.txt to check if it exists. Then we shall check one which does not exist. And you use the file access method, which is part of the file system. Here you give it your file path. You utilize a constant from Node file system module. And then you put a callback. And this callback should help you check whether an error occurred. So if for example, the error is that the file does not exist, you can tell the user that file doesn't exist. So we shall put the file path here and write does not exist. But if there's no error, you can now do something like an else and console log. So you put a clean message which says file exists. That's it. Yes, I think our code is alright. We can now test it. Node, then check exists, enter. I made a mistake here. To correct it and check again. Example.txt exists. Now what if I put example 3? What shall we see? Example 3 does not exist. So this is how you can check if a file exists in Node. Please take note of this constant, fs.constants.f. Okay, there are many other constants you can check on the documentation that can be helpful. Another way of checking whether a file exists, we still use the fs system, fs.exists sync, and we put in the file path. Then right here, if the file or path has been found, we can write file path exists. Else console.log file path doesn't exist. Let's check this. So it says champion does not exist because when you look here in the file explorer, you can see that there's nothing like champion and our file path is champion. So I'll try it with example.txt here. We check. There you go. File exists. So those are the two safe ways of checking whether a file of directory exists.